What's up, everybody? It is Skullman here, bringing you another Skullman Reads. Today I'm going to be reading The Execution of Derpy Hooves by the Wolf Lover. And I have no idea what the story is going to be about. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and read this story, guys. Be sure to click in the link in the description if you want to read along. And if you want to listen to other fics by me, click the annotations on the screen, because that's what they're there for! Didn't mean to yell at you guys. So, let's get the story started, guys. A cross-eyed gray pony sits in a lone cell, waiting. She's been in here for a week or two now, ever since she was helping Rainbow Dash with the sign to put up in Ponyville. While all the other ponies were seeing Applejack off, the princess's guards came and took her away. They didn't give her an explanation, but the princess did say that she had offended many ponies when she spoke to Rainbow Dash. She hadn't meant to offend any pony, and she told the princess this, but the princess had slapped her with her hoof. The fuck? She yelled at Derpy, telling her that her voice was offensive, and that retard shouldn't be seen or heard, which was why she was here. The princess was waiting for the right time to bring her out and get rid of her. Derpy was scared that she would be sent to the moon, like Princess Luna was. She didn't like to be alone, and she hated dark places. She wasn't too fond in her cell, but there were other ponies in there with her. She knew 3 of them as well, a young unicorn named Trixie, and 2 unicorns named Flim and Flam. She couldn't see them, since they were on different sides of her, but they were good conversation. But Derpy was still lonely. She wanted to go home, and be with her baby and her daddy. She missed them so much. She missed making muffins with Dinky, and she missed cuddling with Dinky while her daddy read stories to them. Not only that, she missed the doctor. He was the nicest stallion she'd ever met. He would always bring her nice things, and let her and Dinky go with him to the most fabulous places. He was nice to Dinky too. She wished he was here with her, but that would only mean that he did something wrong. The doctor was a good stallion. He would never do anything wrong. The sound of the big door open brought Derpy out of her thoughts. She struggled to stand up, since the chains around her hooves and wings were really heavy. 3 of the princess's guards stopped in front of her cell and quickly opened it. 2 of them approached Derpy and stomped harshly on her chained-down wings to keep her from running away as they undid her hoof shackles and forced one around her neck. The one in front of her yanked on the chain and walked out of the cell. The other 2 stood at Wither's side of her as she followed the one in front of her. The guards were mean to her as they made her walk out of the jail and into the bleak day. The clouds were gray and covered the sun, making the sun not shine. This made Derpy sadder because she loved the sun. It helped her see things, even if her eyesight wasn't very good to begin with. As they walked towards the center of Canterlot, ponies gathered around on the sides of the street. The ones on the left and the right side of the street seemed angry, shouting mean things and throwing items at her. Not many of them hit her, but rotten foods and rocks hit her, bruising her body and stained her coat. Derpy looked up at them and saw Dinky standing beside her daddy and the doctor. Dinky was crying, and the doctor looked sad too. She couldn't see her daddy's face because he was always turned away. Derpy's eyes teared up, and she started to cry. She didn't want Dinky to see her like this, as a bad person. They arrived at the center of Canterlot, where the princess was standing beside a scary, tall pony in a black cloak and hood. Oh, shit. The guards pushed Derpy towards the princess and made her stay on the ground. The princess glared at Derpy in disgust and yelled out in an angry voice to the crowd. "Today, we shall get rid of this menace! She would no longer offend any pony with her retard ways, and shall not infect any pony either!" The crowd screamed in excitement. They stomped their hooves and shouted things at Derpy. Derpy cried and looked up at the princess. She glared at the cross-eyed pony and stomped hard on her face, breaking her jaw and forcing teeth to go through her gums. Derpy made an un-pony-like noise of pain. The guards on either side of her kicked her sides and yelled, "Shut up, retard! No pony said you could speak!" The screaming and stomping grew louder, until the princess raised her left hoof to silence them. When they finally calmed down, the princess spoke again, this time to the pony beside her. "Make sure to cut it clean, so there isn't too much blood. I don't want its blood to stain too much of my city," she said. The pony in the hood nodded, and raised a large sword with her hooves. The ponies began to stomp again, the noise making a ba-dum noise. Derpy looked up the best she could with her crossed eyes, and sobbed loudly. She hoped the doctor was keeping Dinky from seeing. She knew it would hurt the little filly. Derpy closed her eyes as the sword swung down, ending her life. All the ponies cheered, except for the doctor, Dinky, and Derpy's daddy. They were crying, the doctor holding Dinky and letting her dad cry onto his shoulder. He had a terrible feeling in his gut that he could have prevented it, that he could have stopped it if he'd used the TARDIS. Dr. Hooves stomped his foot in anger and said, "We should be going now." They left first, using the TARDIS. The crowd dispersed, leaving Derpy's body to be cleaned up by the hooded pony. As her body was being cleaned, the pony in the hood cried silent tears. "I'm so sorry, Derpy. I shouldn't have made that complaint. I shouldn't have done what I did to you. I'm so sorry." She finished cleaning up the body and carried it in a sack to a special park, one that she'd been to a long time ago. She buried the body and sat down beside it. "Goodbye, my sweet daughter." Then she stood and spread her wings, flying back towards Canterlot. Oh no! Oh no! No! This was probably made a long time ago, considering the fact that it kind of resembles when the whole Derpy incident was going on. And, yeah. So, it was okay, I guess. It was sad that Derpy died, of course. Who wouldn't be sad, considering that Derpy's dead? But Derpy's dead. She died in this fic. This is the first fic I've read that she died in. Why did Derpy die in this fic? She didn't do anything, and then they fucking throw shit at her and they're beating her and... Oh, poor Derpy. It's okay though. Why?